Good afternoon, everyone. This is Omkar Meher.
And this is Aditya Pandey.
Welcome back to CityCast. We start with a story about shortage of blood in blood banks across Bengaluru due to decreasing number of donors. Our reporter Snehi Shah tells us more on that.
Blood banks across the city continue to face a shortage in blood supply. Hospitals, on an average, have a daily demand of 100 units of blood, but their blood banks receive only 9 or 10 units of blood per day.
We used to have around 1,000 units of blood. Now it has dropped to 100 or per month. If I donate blood once, then antibodies might, drop.
Due to the shortage of blood, in cases of emergency, blood banks call their list of donors and request them to come and donate blood. A doctor explains why blood is important.
Blood loss due to trauma requires an urgent attention. The blood loss can be torrential and sometimes the result can be fatal if the patient is not transfused the blood.
To replenish the supply of blood banks ask families of patients to donate blood in exchange for the blood that they require.
लॉकडाउन के टाइम मेरे पापा एडमिट थे, उनको खून की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत थी. ब्लड बैंक ने मेरा खून लेकर मुझे बी नेगेटिव खून प्रोवाइड किया.
Hospitals and banks are taking initiatives to encourage people to donate blood.
We have more counseling going on. Doctors are coming forward to educate the donors. They have to be motivated. Twice in a week or thrice in a week, we have that donations, mobile and blood donation camps going on.
Setting up standees and sending promotional emails are a few more ways through which donors are encouraged. Blood bank operators say that they do not see the number of donors going up till at least a year. This is Snehi Shah reporting for CityCast.
Bengaluru is witnessing a rise in bariatric surgeries over the last few years. Our reporter Arshia Agrawal tells us the reasons behind it.
There has been an increase of about 40 to 50% in bariatric surgeries in past 10 years as per doctors in Fortis Hospital, Bengaluru. People of all age groups are opting for them and those who are not qualified are also going for it.
पहले मेरा वेट था 157. उसके ऑपरेशन करवाने के बाद मेरे को बहुत अच्छा रिलीफ फील हुआ था. टाइम जरूर लगा था थोड़ा कि मतलब बिल्कुल खाना पीना बंद लगा.
People are preferring bariatric surgeries as easy way to reduce weight as obesity leads to diseases like hypertension, diabetes and cancer.
There are many people who undergo just because they cannot do dieting, they don't want to go to gym. Certain physicians, they will tell either you get a bariatric surgery done and lose weight or do dieting or you undergo a knee replacement. So they opt for bariatric only.
Doctors recommend the surgery for those with a BMI more than 40 and one obesity-related condition. However, people with much lower BMIs are also opting for it. The danger is that procedure reduces the intestine's capacity to absorb full nutrients.
Definitely, there has been an increase in the number of bariatric surgeries that has been happening, not only in India but across the world. Availability of high-calorie food at a lesser price, along with reduced physical activity, is a combination that's probably increasing the obesity.
These surgeries may reduce the chances of diseases associated with obesity and other metabolic disorders. However, a non-surgical option is to eat healthy. Doctors believe that life modifications are the most important and if one does not get results, bariatric surgeries should be the last option. This is reporter Arshia Agarwal reporting for CityCast, Bengaluru.
Gyms in Bengaluru are running without a public performance license. Our reporter Aruna Bharadwaj tells us more on this.
Most gyms in the city do not carry a public performance license required to play pre-recorded songs of different labels in public spaces.
I will take only association membership and panchayati membership. Membership means commercial shop membership.
Playing music in speakers or TVs inside the gyms need a PPL or else can lead to copyright infringement under Copyright Act 1957.
Wherever the music is being played, we go and check out whether license is there or not there, and we are licensing day to day. Till date, we have not taken any such action.
Legally, playing someone else's work out in the public need licensing or can amount to a non-bailable and cognizable offence.
Anybody want to reproduce it in somewhere should have the license on. Without permission, if anybody who is infringing us the same infringement should be educated to the people.
Neither the Indian Performing Rights Society nor the Phonographic Performance Limited has yet taken any concrete actions against the gyms without a PPL. This is Arunima Bharadwaj reporting for CityCast.
We'll be back after a short break.
Welcome back to CityCast. Implementation of plastic waste management rule has increased the sale of biodegradable bags. A reporter Aditya Pandey tells us more on that.
Jute and cotton bag manufacturers has seen an increase in their sale after the implementation of Plastic Waste Amendment Rule 2021.
So instead of plastic bags, people are moving it to cotton bags, and suppose jute bags are used for gifting purpose as well. They are facing a very good sale compared to last year, so around 30% have increased.
The use of single-use plastic items are banned by implementing the rule in 3 phases to reduce the plastic waste.
Shop has got cotton bags, so it's given a boost to the cotton industry, and a lot of like small industries, collectives are making these. In fact, a lot of collectives are making paper bags out of newspaper now, so it leads to recycling.
The Central Pollution Control Board Delhi report shows BBMP conducted 8,357 raids and seized 2,205 tons of plastics. Despite this, the chief engineer of the BBMP solid waste cell says that the plastic waste has not been reduced. Also, these shops are expecting a further increase in their sale during the coming festive season. This is Aditya Pandey reporting for CityCast. Publishers and authors in Bengaluru are still struggling due to consistent increase in book piracy. Our reporter Maitri Seth tells us more on that.
Publishers in Bengaluru say they incur losses with the increasing book piracy.
Publishing firms who were already facing losses of more than 50% are choking as the sale of pirated copies has largely increased during the pandemic.
70 to 80% of the print number has come down. What used to sell 40,000, 50,000 copies used previously, now it's hardly 1,000, 2,000 copies we are able to sell today. And during pandemic, because everyone are sitting at home, and it's become easier for the pirated publishers to sell online because there's no system in the government to check all these things.
The Ministry of Commerce and Industry states that around 60,000 people in India lose their jobs due to piracy every year, with a total revenue loss of $2 billion. Even the authors are affected who don't receive enough royalty.
We used to get 10 to 15% of the royalty. Hardly we get 1 or 2%. 0% we can say.
Pirated copies of popular books like Wings of Fire by Abdul Kalam costing 425 rupees are being sold at 250 rupees even when the original printing cost of the pirated book is merely 40.
While the customers say that they are unable to differentiate.
Until unless I do not see an original copy, it is very hard for me to find what is an original copy and what is a pirated copy.
The experts comment that only effective legal regulation and brand protection can establish a control over increasing book piracy. Else, traditional book selling will head towards its doom in the near future. This is Maitri Seth reporting for CityCast.
Boom of EdTech in Bangalore, especially during the pandemic, has made it difficult for local coaching institutes to stay afloat. Our reporter Prantika Ghosh tells us more on that.
A study by Google says that during the pandemic, the online learning space in India witnessed a 2 billion funding, whereas the coaching centers who are unable to adapt to the new online mode of education are shutting down.
Dramatically, it has increased. Now, you won't see any coaching centers now. Everywhere is EdTech. One domain where you can really make a lot of money.
The coaching centers are unable to compete with the booming edtech market as they do not have teachers who are trained to adapt to the new technology, nor do they have the funds to move online.
More than 50 academies are there. I'm talking 3 years back. Today, if you see, there are countable 5 to 6 academies are running. They are not able to continue. Because for online, you also need a lot of things to understand, because it's not like just to take a class.
Students too say they do not feel the need for coaching centers as they do not miss the in-person interaction that the coaching centers offer.
Didn't have to commute to that place. It was very much time efficient for me. Personally, I feel that EdTech platforms are a better option these days.
As the mode of education have taken a turn since last 1 year, many students are now able to get education without traveling too far. This online education have also helped students to get more time for self-study. I'm Prantika Ghosh reporting for CityCast, Bangalore.
Increase in conflict between pet owners and housing committees lead to the abandoning of pets. Our reporter Rakshita Kumar tells us more.
Banning of pets in housing societies is not legally accepted, yet there are apartments that are not pet-friendly. Bangalore Apartment Federation, that represents the interest of apartment complexes across the city, claims to have received complaints of several pet owners who were facing troubles.
So I really want to keep a pet, but so the society that we are living in right now is not a pet-friendly society. So both me and my husband are actually contemplating moving to a different locality, a different society, which is.
There have also been instances where pet owners have been forced to abandon pets or asked to leave the society.
Our landlord told us that in order to stay here, we had to abandon our dog, which we were not ready for. So we reached out to Bangalore Apartment Federation that helped us find a pet-friendly apartment and complained against the housing society.
According to the guidelines issued by BBMP, apartment owners cannot legally introduce any sort of ban on keeping the pets.
So there are a lot of housing societies which would tell you that the pets are not allowed in the society. Maybe different societies come up with different reasons. Probably a lot of them come up with a reason that the elderly people don't like the barking sound of the dogs. But however, there's no such law which says that the pets are not allowed.
Societies can frame their bylaws to regulate pet ownership, and pet owners need to abide by the rules. This is Rakshita Kumar reporting for CityCast.
We'll see you after a short break. On the other side, we have how the tarot business is going.
Welcome back. There has been an increase in people's faith in tarot cards, despite knowing it is unreliable. Our reporter Ahana Prakash brings us more on that.
With tarot card reading going online, many people offer this as a service, especially as they don't need any prior experience and qualification. Tarot card readers are seeing a significant rise in number of clients over the last 5 years.
Done any certificate course on it? I don't think you need it. I do it for fun and my readings turns out to be true. I get a good feedback from my clients. You learn it with practice, you get the hang of it, how to talk to clients, gain trust.
Mostly college students offer tarot card readings online. They charge around Rs 500 to 1000 per session. Instagram pages for astrology and tarot readings are a hit amongst teenagers.
I do it out of curiosity. Whenever I am paranoid about something, I want to know about my future. I want it to play out in a certain way, and when someone tells me exactly what I want to hear, it feels nice.
Psychologists say tarot works as a distraction for many.
Tarot card is an external source of assurance for some people. Rather than working on the present, people look for some source of validation in the present. People who go for tarot are often in trouble or in doubt and are looking for alternatives.
Professor of Department of Jyotish, BHU, Chandramuli Upadhyay says tarot doesn't have a mathematical and scientific approach to it like astrology. Tarot is mostly a generalized personality profile. This is Ahana Prakash reporting for CityCast Bangalore.
Increase in noise pollution in Bangalore has led to increase in hearing problems among citizens. A reporter, Apeksha Priya, brings us more on that.
Karnataka State Pollution Control Board says loud honking contributes to 40% of the noise pollution. The decibel level has increased by 14%. 25% people visit doctors and complain that they face problem in hearing.
और यहाँ पे काफी ज्यादा ट्रैफिक होते रहता है और यहाँ पे उसके वजह से बहुत ज्यादा हॉर्न्स बजाने रहते हैं तब से मेरे को बहुत ऊंचा सुनाई देता है तो मैं डॉक्टर के पास गया था और लोगों ने सजेस्ट किया है मुझे हियरिंग एड यूज करने की.
There has been an increase in the number of complaints regarding deafness in many, with honking being the main reason behind it.
तो वो सब से रिलेटेड बहुत सारे पेशेंट्स हम लोग के पास आते हैं जैसे कि वो ट्रैफिक में जो काम करते हैं ट्रैफिक पुलिस या जिन लोग के हाईवे के पास में घर है तो कंटिन्यूअस लॉन्ग एक्सपोजर से जो अंदर के कान की नसें होती हैं उनको डैमेज होता है जिसके कारण से एक सेंसिन्यूरल हीयरिंग लॉस होता है जिसमें कि अंदर की कान की नसें धीरे धीरे कमजोर हो जाती हैं वो हो जाती हैं कभी कभी मरीज को मशीन की आवश्यकता भी पड़ती है जिसे हम लोग हियरिंग एड बोलते हैं.
Unlike industrial and residential area, noise pollution coming from traffic jam and honking cannot be controlled.
The maximum contribution of noise is mainly because of vehicular movement. When you compare the data of the previous months or 1 year data, the maximum noise pollution has been recorded in commercial zones.
Experts say public awareness and traffic management scheme can help in decreasing noise pollution level. This is Apeksha Priya reporting for CityCast.
Vendors in the city market face losses as they are unable to sell their produce. Our reporter Hitesh Raj brings us more on that.
Vendors say the sales of vegetables and fruits sold in the city market are dipping. It is because customers buy less. They say they can no longer afford to buy. Before I used to earn up to 10,000 rupees, but now I barely earn 4 to 5.
ಮುಂಚೆ ಥರ ನಮಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ
ಆವಾಗ ಟನ್ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಖಾಲಿ ಆಯಿತು. 15 ಗಾಡಿ 16 ಗಾಡಿ 20 ಗಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ 5 ಗಾಡಿ ಬಂದ್ರೂ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ.
ಮುಂಚೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ 10 ಟನ್ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ 1 ಟನ್ನು ಹೋಗೋದೇ ತುಂಬ ಇದು ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟೈತೆ. ಈ ಮಳೆ ಇದರಿಂದ, ಕೊರೋನಾ ಇದರಿಂದ ಜನಗಳು ಯಾರೂ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Nutritionists warn of the dangers of people cutting down on eating fruits and vegetables, which results in weight gain, high blood sugar, high cholesterol and other disorders. Vendors say they are left with produce that ends up going waste, and this adds to the losses.
That's it for today's bulletin. Stay tuned and check CityCar's website for more news stories.